"This is the most aggressive man I've ever known. Just to find a beautiful wife, he makes all the women come to his palace and try on a glass shoe. There are also old ladies, but it doesn't seem to be that easy to put on the shoe. They all try their best. Some put oil on their feet, and some try so hard that their faces turn red, because if one can put her foot into the shoe, she can be married to the prince." 10 years ago, 8-year-old little Cinderella didn't have a friend. Every day she played with small animals. She had a mother who loved her much, and her father's a businessman. Every time he went home, he brought her joy. The whole family lived a happy life together. Suddenly, her mother passed away, and her father had to bring her up alone. When she turns 18, he remarries to another woman. She also has her own daughters Anna and G. Then the father has to leave for business trips. As soon as he left, the stepmother immediately shows her true nature. She doesn't only kick out to the warehouse, but she also treats Cinderella as a servant. Every day, she wishes to see her father again, but what she receives is her father's death. Then poor Cinderella becomes an orphan. When she's still heartbroken, the stepsisters just complain that there won't be anyone to bring them gifts. Those words are like a knife cut into her heart. The days after the father's death, the stepmother becomes more and more cruel. She fires all the servants in the house and forces Cinderella to do the housework. After that, she has to serve them the meals. Seeing dust on Cinderella's face, Anna laughs at her. Moreover, they don't only let her eat meals, but they also force her to eat their leftovers. Facing all these injustice, she can only cry alone. She comforts herself by believing that there'll be someone loving her. Coincidentally, she runs into Prince. Seeing gorgeous Cinderella, he immediately falls in love with her. He even makes a name for their children. He returns to the palace and tells his father that he wants to marry Cinderella. He strongly disapproves because to him, he thought that Cinderella is just a basic girl. She doesn't deserve to be with his son. The prince comes up with an idea. He wants to hold a party to choose a girl he likes. Right after hearing the news, all the girls in the country are excited. To them, it's a once-in-a-lifetime chance. As long as she's chosen, she can live a happy life forever. When the stepmother hears it, she immediately orders 3 beautiful dresses. On hearing it, Cinderella is surprised and says, "Oh, you're so thoughtful." But the stepmother replies, "You think too much. I'm ordering for me and my daughters, not you. You think too much. I'm ordering for me and my daughters, not you." Fortunately, Cinderella is skillful, so she makes a dress on her own. When she puts on the dress, she looks so beautiful that the stepmother's jealous. She's afraid that her daughters will lose, so she tears her dress into pieces, and also threatens her not to join the party. Cinderella sorrowfully cries by the lake. At the same time, an old woman turns up and begs her for some food. Honest Cinderella puts aside her grief, and gives her a drink. Her beautiful heart makes the granny decide to help her. She throws her stick up in the sky. Cinderella's very surprised. Then the stick falls down into the granny's hand. She turns out to be a fairy. She points the stick at a pumpkin. Then it moves and gradually grows larger and larger until it's big as the house. After that, it changes into a glorious carriage. The fairy goes on to change the mice into white horses and servants. Now she's ready, but her dress is torn by the stepmother. The fairy throws the stick again, and a beautiful dress appears on Cinderella. And her shoes also change into glass. Before leaving, the fairy tells her, "Please get back before the clock strikes 12. Then she gets on the carriage and goes to the palace. Although she's the last one to arrive, she gains all the spotlight. The prince intentionally comes to her. They dance excitedly and immerse in each other. All the participants are surprised and say, "Gorgeous." After the dance, the prince takes Cinderella to the garden. When she's playing the swing, the shoe suddenly falls down, and he helps her to put it on. When they're about to get to know more about each other, the clock rings. Cinderella immediately leaves, and doesn't have enough time to say her name. The prince runs after her, but he can only find a glass shoe. Right when she reaches home, everything turns back to its original state apart from the glass shoe. On the other hand, in order to find the love of his life, the prince sends his servants to search for a girl who can put into the glass shoe. He won't give up until he finds her. Thousands of people have tried on the shoe, but no one can put her foot into it. Finally, the guards bring the shoe to Cinderella's house, but the stepmother doesn't let her know. The 2 daughters tries their best to put it on, but they can't. When the guards are about to leave, they hear Cinderella's voice. The prince also hears it, and he immediately recognizes her. Cinderella's surely able to put on the shoe. Then she marries the prince and becomes the queen. After that, she kicks the stepmother and her daughters out. This is the end of the movie. Please subscribe us. Goodbye and see you in other videos.